Ahead and begin. Appreciate everyone being here this morning. We have a number of guests and announcements. Like to begin with Peggy Ehora from Dominion Gas with an update on their service line renewal project. I don't know if you actually have a name for the project, but
Pipeline Infrastructure Replacement.
Pipeline Infrastructure Replacement. So Peggy, please come up and give us an update as the spring weather has arrived.
You thought this was the burning issue to kick off this press conference. Yeah. All right. We have been working on, we've been trying to keep people updated on the pipeline programs that we're replacing throughout the city of Lima. Probably two of the most visible ones that we have are the ones that we're working on now, which is Market Street from Beer Barrel down to Glenwood, and then also Woodlawn area around Lakewood, Woodlawn, Elm. You've seen a lot of activity. Any place that you see yellow pipe laying around, typically that's where we're working. Those projects are winding down. One of the biggest issues, and the mayor had asked me about this the other day, one of the biggest issues that we're dealing with right now, questions that we're getting, is regarding the piles of dirt with straw on top of them, which in our minds typically indicates restoration is complete. We are required through, as part of a EPA kind of things that we're doing for temporary stabilization, it's called. If you go down Market Street, you'll see some burlap bags on top of the sewer covers. Because we're just trying to eliminate any runoff from getting into areas that it shouldn't. When you have dirt piled and you have rain and snow and that sort of stuff, you get a lot of wash. So what you're seeing is temporary stabilization on those streets until final restoration can begin, which is more driven by weather. So that's why it looks like when you go down and you see straw that, wow, are they done? No, we're not done. With that being said, final restoration usually is more weather driven, and unfortunately when you get a good 70-degree day and people get antsy and they get outside and start working, then they're going to call us and want theirs done now. And germination of grass seed takes sustained weather, and so we will start working when the weather breaks. But we want people to understand that just because you get one nice day, doesn't mean that we're going to be out there right now to get that done. We'll start it when the weather allows us to have that sustained nice weather for good germination. So that'll be coming, but we understand that people have questions about that. So hopefully that will clear that up. We're not done. We're coming back. We have April 8th, we will be starting Project 613, which is the Hazel and Metcalf areas. We expect that to be a 40 business day project. It's 245 customers and 8,100 square feet of pipe. So that's the next project for Lima that's going to begin here in the next few weeks. And one of the things that we kind of want to keep reiterating is the investment that Dominion is making to the Lima area. And last year in Lima alone, we spent $8 million replacing pipe. So far this year, we have $7 million scheduled. So we've had $15 million in investment in pipe in Lima just in the last 18 to 24 months, and expect these projects to go on somewhere in the next 15 to 20 years as we replace all of our old bare steel pipe. So anyway, that's where we're at.
It's 15 to 20 years in the city or in the region?
15 to 20 years total for the state as a project, but we expect that the city of Lima and the West Ohio region we will go out that far. We'll go next 15 to 20 years. One of the other projects we're getting ready to start next week simultaneous to Hazel and Metcalf is St. Mary's. So we have them all over the place, but Lima has a very big portion of it.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Peggy. Mm-hmm. Every time they start a new area, those little flags go up, and everybody thinks it's the city water department. So again, we want to do these periodic updates with Peggy so folks know, and there is still a literature drop that's occurring at residences as well as mailings to provide?
You get a mailing ahead of time telling you that we're coming, and then there's supposed to be periodic communication. Sometimes we have glitches in that with door hangers to say, okay, we're down in your block next week. But so far, it's been pretty seamless. The Market Street, Elm Street, those are big jobs, very highly visible areas, and it's been relatively seamless.
Okay, thank you. Tim DeHaven is here, along with Nora Fought from Lima Memorial. They have information on the first annual Warrior Mode Day.
Of course, I'm Tim, and I thank you, Mayor Berger, for having us here today. I want to talk about Warrior Mode Day, which a lot of people have asked me, what is Warrior Mode? And basically, having gone through a pretty prolonged illness, I would say, as it ended up being about 20 months. When you go through an illness like I did, and I did have an amputation on my left leg where I'm wearing a prosthetic, I think I've done well. I'm happy to say the Memorial Hospital people were great, and Nora is the oncology program supervisor for Lima Memorial. But they did a nice job with a lot of therapy. I'm an expert on therapy. But I actually lost all 5 of my toes on my other foot, 4 fingers, and a rib. So let's just say I've had some challenges. But you get a state of mind, and when I was going through my issues, I developed a very good friendship with a gentleman named Brad Keenan, who is a co-chair of our event. We're going to have it April 6th. It's Warrior Mode, 24/7, 365, and he's battling colon cancer. He actually getting a checkup today down at the James at Ohio State, and had real critical surgery down there, and then he actually had his treatments here in Lima at Lima Memorial for his cancer. I think you had him out there at the place on Easton Road.
Yep.
And he's a really super guy. He's a very active guy in sports in Lima. Growing up at Shawnee, was a good athlete, captain of 3 sports, captain of his college team, and he came up with this terminology. We became fast friends. We decided we wanted to do something local here. We're going on April 6th. We actually have, I think, synergized quite well with a lot of people. We'll let Nora talk a little bit about that.
Lima Memorial is a proud sponsor of the first annual Warrior Mode Day. We came into this event knowing that we were collaborating with Tim, with his amputee mission with Cass Ministries, with Brad and his dedication and desire to help out local cancer patients. Russ Thomas, is also a big part of Cass Ministries. And then Corey Trencamp is part of the West Central Ohio Paralysis Foundation. So the proceeds from this day's events and all the sponsorship money that has come forward is going to benefit those organizations, and the money will stay local. We know that there's a need to support these local families. Veterans return with significant issues, and we just want to be able to give them some opportunity and access to funds that they may not otherwise have. So of course, Lima Memorial, we decided that this was absolutely a beneficial event to sponsor. We're excited that it's the first event. Some of the organizers are bringing some really innovative things to the day. An urban athlon, which is a very popular event in bigger cities, is going to take shape here in Lima, spreading out about 9 miles throughout the city. We've had quite a few number of teams sign up for that. Talking about Brad and his link and his battle with his colon cancer, which he's doing well. But March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. And events such as these, which raises awareness and education to everyone, is the reason that why colon cancer diagnoses are going down. We at Memorial just want to remind everybody this month that to please adhere to your screening guidelines. If you're 50, you're eligible. If you're African American and you're 45, you're eligible. If you have a first-degree relative, you're eligible to get screened. It's a cancer that is beatable, preventable, treatable. So don't want you to ignore your symptoms, and join in a fun event like this to get some more information about about the awareness of colon cancer.
I just kind of explained this urban athlon real quickly too. It's like an amazing race event, a scavenger hunt basically, that you walk or run. I'm actually I'm going to be on a team myself. I asked my committee. We have an amazing committee. I would say last week we had 35 people come to our meeting, and we're just a very active committee, a lot of fun. We have all likes in life. Corey Trenkamp is a quadriplegic, one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He is truly an amazing guy and very enthusiastic. Hit by a drunk driver, didn't plan his life to be this way, but buddy, he makes the best of it, and he's always a positive guy. He teaches school. I'm telling you, this guy gets her done. Raised a lot of money for us for our group, and I'm going to be my team is going to be Team Awesome. I'm going to be myself. I have the gal that's the head of the Life Team Group, it's Angie Solis. Randy Solis's son is going to be on it, and my grandson and my wife Joanne, who has got a bad knee, going to be replaced this fall, and we have one other member. But we're going to be the Team Awesome. Angie has always calling the teens awesome, so we're going to use that term. Why not? And we are challenging everybody that's in. We have a warrior category. We have a family category where you can have a member or a grandchild less than 10. We have, of course, teams for men teams, women's team, co-ed team, and some people are going to want to run the whole race. Some people are not going to want to run the whole race. We want you to come over. We're going to have stuff going on at the store. We have Aaron McLaurin with New Look Fitness Gym. He's a minister. He's going to show boxing. Real active with that with young people. Puppet show, face painting, cornhole challenge, 50-50. We have a kids activity with a bounce house. We're going to have the Final Four games going on. We're going to have a beer garden with Vino Bellissimo. Every restaurant on our street, we call it Warrior Road by DeHaven's. I'm talking Jay's, Happy Days, Lulu's, Mara's, Fat Jack's, Arby's is involved, giving 10% of their proceeds that day. We've almost raised about $20,000 with a great group of sponsors already in the bank, plus what we raised with the race, and what we raised that day with the restaurants, and what we raised with events. We're just going to have fun. It's a family fun day, friendly day, and we hope all of you can come out. And Nora and Lima Memorial. Nora is a very enthusiastic person, and I love having her with our group. She really drives me, keeps me pushing, and I hope that you guys can come and enter the race. And Dave Berger, I'd like to see you enter the race as well, and whatever. But we're challenging everybody that we can challenge. Thank you for having us. Yes, sir.
Great effort.
Yes, sir.
As a sounds like as a first-year event, it's really kicking off in terrific style, so congratulations. Connie Miller's here from LACNIP to announce once again it's time
It is.
for the Ottawa River.
It's time. Regardless of what the weather has been out there, it's actually spring, and so it's time to go out and clean up the Ottawa River. And we'll be doing that on Saturday, April 27th, beginning at 9 a.m., again from the Red Cross building down on College Street. We invite everyone to come out. We have many teams who come from many businesses, church groups, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, a lot of school groups that come and participate. We want to encourage you to come again this year. We'll feed you lunch. We'll give you an assignment to clean up a section of river somewhere in Allen County. If we have enough people, we'll cover the entire river area this year. We collect somewhere between 2 and 4 tons of trash each year. A lot of stuff accumulates there. It makes our community look better, and it's also good for the environment. We encourage you to wear old clothes, boots if it's muddy. Bring some gloves. If you don't have gloves, we'll give you some. We'll also give you a t-shirt, and we'll feed you a hot dog lunch before we send you home. So we want to make sure you get April 27th on your calendar now, and we'll be reminding you all month long. I'd also like to mention while I'm here that LACNIP will have a community garden project again this year, and our kickoff for that event will be April 16th, and you'll be hearing more about that too. Thanks.
Thank you, Connie. There are normally a couple hundred folks who pitch in, 300 that pitch in, and having that many people really does make it doable to get out there and really have an impact on the river for that day. So we want to encourage families and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and neighborhood associations all to step up and pitch in. Also, Nell Lester is here with an announcement about the Resource Center and its opening, official opening. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to talk to you about our opening of LACNIP's Neighborhood Resource Center, and the day is Sunday, April 7th, from 2 to 5, and it's 1440 West Spring Street. And we'd like for everyone to come out and help support our opening house for this event.
So, how did you transform a fire station into a resource center?
A lot of work.
Okay.
We have done a lot of work in getting cleaned up. A lot of nice people in the community have stepped up to help with a lot of things that we've had done, and it's coming along, and we're ready to show it off.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Nell. And Terri Averisch is here from the YMCA regarding Healthy Kids Day coming up.
I have a couple different announcements. I did want to let people know that we're finalizing our registrations for soccer, youth soccer, for 4-year-olds on up to 6th grade this week. And although there's snow on the ground, it is going to be soccer season here soon, and they're going to start practicing in April. So if anybody has kids that are interested in soccer or flag football, we're still taking registration this week, and we could use volunteers. We provide the training if anybody's interested in helping to coach. We have that going on. And then I also just wanted to mention our high school robotics team is participating this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Cleveland at Cleveland State University. We have 12 high school kids from the city and county that have been building a robot that can throw a frisbee into a target. And it's a really interesting project they have going on, and they're competing this weekend, and we will be, if they go to Lima YMCA Facebook, we're going to be streaming live some of that competition if anybody wants to look and see what's going on. And then my last event I wanted to talk about is our Healthy Kids Day, and that's also on April 27th. It is for families and kids, and a lot of active participation with agencies, and the fire department's going to be there. We have a bounce house. It's from 10 a.m. until 1 in the afternoon. And there will be nutritious snacks and a lot of different active stations that people can participate in. And hopefully they can do the river walk a little bit and be active on cleaning the river, and also come to the Y and be participating in Healthy Kids Day, because it is so important to let our young people know how important it is to stay active and stay healthy. Right now the CDC is saying 1 out of 3 children are overweight or obese, and so it's important to really let kids know how important it is to be healthy.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Terri.
Thanks.
I believe that's all that we have for today. Thank you all for attending, and we'll break down for interviews. Thank you.